here I am down at the Verdun waterfront at a spot I call the Rocks. It's, I call it that, reference being the Wandering Rocks and Homer's Odyssey and maybe more James Joyce's Ulysses, because I tend to think this is a place where maybe you'll see the Leo Blooms of the world walking by. And so I've always enjoyed this little spot. Coming down here today and seeing all the people up around the playground and everything, it reminds me of why I don't walk the Verdun waterfront in the spring and summer as a rule, because it's usually just too crowded. And unlike the fall, the late fall and winter, when there's hardly anybody down here, especially at the lower level here by the water. And so in some ways, this is the place I have to come to during the pandemic, during the self-isolating, and yet it's a bit annoying to have so many people around when I'm really used to having this place pretty much to myself and the few other oddballs who walk along here in, say, late November. And but it is a beautiful day. And, the woman over there is waving on some ducks who appear to actually be coming. So, it's, let's see what happens with that. I'm not going to put the camera really on people because I don't feel it's my job to be turning anybody in or judging or trying to make sense out of what other people are doing. But nonetheless, this is part of what's going on around here. And the nature part is always happening. And there we have some ducks. Walk this way a bit. You can see over there's a high-rise building on Nuns Island that, I don't think there's been any work done on that in at least 6 months, so I don't know what the story is there. It's not like I've seen any publicity about it, but certainly noticeable when you come down here. I can see it from my building as well, so I know I haven't seen that crane move, and it looks to be the same, so that's what you got over there. Playground, ice cream stand and everything isn't just up there. Lots of people. Most don't have masks or seem to be paying too much attention to distance. And that's another thing that gets in my craw a little, is I don't feel that I should be the one having to get out of everybody's way all the time either. And so you have a look at my pandemic beard mustache combination, which I've been letting grow for 6 weeks. I don't think it grows that quickly, but nonetheless it's quite bushy compared to my normal look. So it's the place has been invaded. And it's going to be like this for the foreseeable future, as far as I can tell. No good weather coming. Like I say, it's normally crowded along here. But now weekends don't mean that much anymore. So you come down on a Sunday afternoon and nobody has to stay in. Nobody has to do groceries today. They can't because the major stores are closed. But this is the way it's going.